A frantic manhunt is underway after several armed men opened fire outside a metro station in Brussels. Police say they're looking for a, quote, small group of individuals thought to be 2 to 3 men. CCTV footage shows 2 men wearing balaclavas, wielding Kalashnikovs at both the entrance and inside the station. Commuters passed by as the men brandished the weapons. They then started firing at an unknown target, prompting bystanders to flee into the station. One hangs back as a man in a grey hoodie runs forward while firing before the pair sprint into the station and through the barriers. Brussels police say no one was injured, but that some metro stations have now been evacuated. Bullet casings have been recovered by investigators. Cops are trawling the network in pursuit of the men, who are thought to have fled into the underground tunnels. Transport links have ground to a halt. Brussels Midi station, which receives Eurostar trains, has also been closed. Local reports say the incident is believed to be related to drug trafficking. Local resident Natalie says she's often too scared to go out.
Moi, à partir de 19h, en tout cas, j'évite. J'évite de sortir parce que voilà, on a peur qu'il nous arrive quoi que ce soit ici. Voilà, j'ai les enfants étudient ici pas très loin et voilà, j'ai peur. Parce que je suis contente de l'avoir pas mise à l'école parce que bon, voilà.
Vous êtes confronté à quoi ici? À la drogue, à un commerce de drogue dans la rue? Ça se passe encore aujourd'hui?
Ça se passe encore, oui. On voit dans les coins, les gens, après.
Vous estimez qu'il n'y a pas assez de choses qui sont faites pour régler ce problème?
Je ne sais pas comment on peut régler le problème, mais voilà, ici, ça continue et voilà, on est un peu dans l'insécurité.
And Jean told reporters crime has become typical across Belgium.
Est-ce que ça se passe souvent, des tirs dans le quartier?
Non. C'est déjà arrivé, mais pas souvent.
C'est pas un quartier chaud ici.
Il faut faire avec, hein. C'est dans toute la Belgique.
Des problèmes de drogue, vous en rencontrez souvent ici dans le quartier?
Moi non, mais beaucoup de gens, oui.
This latest incident comes during a violent week for Europe, after a gunman committed Sweden's worst ever mass shooting, killing 11 people at an adult educational centre. Swedish journalist Lisa Grenfors had this to say.
But this is a very shocking moment for not only the people of Örebro, but for all of Sweden. When it comes to the details, it's actually 11 dead in the shooting, and it might be more dead people because they haven't confirmed the number of injuries yet. The latest from the police this morning is the fact that they are urging the public not to spread rumors about what happened in that school yesterday, because there seems to be no ideological motives behind the attack, according to the police this morning.
What do we know about the location where this shooting took place? It was an adult education centre. Who would have been there? What kind of people would have been there at this time of the day?
Well, since it's an adult education centre, there were people, above 18, but also in Sweden you can take caring courses, for example, if you want to work in a caring home for the elderly. So there would be people like 30, 35, people with immigrant background, which I think is the reason why these rumors are spread about ideological motives behind the attack that the police has denied. So a lot of people, the buildings are on a campus with, I think there is room for 2,000.
But the thing is, Lisa, we're not getting any closer as to who, what, where, when and why for all of this. But the thing that surprised me after hearing about the story yesterday is I learned that Sweden is the gun-killing centre of Europe. I mean, your gun crime is really bad.
Yes, and it has been in recent years. Actually, well, you have this maybe Astrid Lindgren picture of Sweden being a very calm country with no violence at all. But as you just said, that's not a fact anymore. Sweden stands out in Europe in that sense that there has been a lot of problems with killings, with guns, and mostly with a gang motive in the background. So narcotics and severe crime in the background. But it seems from the information from the police, what had happened yesterday, that that is not the background in this particular case. But it comes in an environment, the actual shooting took place in an environment where people are very, very upset about the violence that takes place. Not only in Stockholm, which has been the place in the last weeks, but actually all over Sweden.
This week, a 15-year-old boy was charged with murder after a fatal stabbing in Sheffield killed Harvey Wilgoose.
People are still coming to lay floral tributes. You'll see some of them just behind me here. People are bringing flowers, they're bringing cards and balloons and just coming to pay their respects to 15-year-old Harvey Wilgoose, who was a much loved member of the school community. And from all these tributes that have been paid, it is just clear how well liked he was as a pupil here at All Saints Catholic High School in Sheffield, but so tragically his life being cut so short on Monday afternoon after the fatal stabbing at the school, with police called to the scene at around 12:17. As you've mentioned, a 15-year-old boy who cannot be named for legal reasons has now been officially charged with Harvey's murder. He will be appearing at Sheffield Youth Court later today with those charges as well. He's also been charged with possession of a bladed article and one count of affray. And in a statement released by police, Harvey's family said their lives would never be the same again and that they were utterly heartbroken. In the statement, they said, "We have lost a beloved son, brother, grandson, cousin, nephew, and most importantly, a best friend to all."
Priti Patel warned Britain, like the rest of Europe, needs to get a grip on out-of-control crime.
When you were Home Secretary, of course, knife crime was very much on your agenda and on your mind, and nothing seems to have got any better. And I'm thinking obviously of the Sheffield school murder. A man's been charged with that today. What is the answer here? What is there anything we can be doing?
It's a terrible, terrible case, Eamon. It's absolutely horrendous, and our hearts absolutely cry for the family and the murder of this poor child, 15-year-old. I was absolutely crystal clear about knife crime, about county lines, about tackling the scourge and the root causes. We really need to have to step up as a country now. We really do. This is, yes, with our police forces, but actually it's the permissive nature of having these weapons out in society. Young lives are being absolutely lost. Families are being shattered and devastated. We have to go back to having the national mission that I had when I was Home Secretary. It was a major policing priority. We were working hand in hand, making sure government resources went in to tackle the root causes, and it actually starts within communities and behaviours and stopping these root causes.
Nicholas Dunning, GB News.